Oh, Kyoto! The very name whispers of ancient secrets and timeless beauty. It is a city that captures the heart of Japan in a way no other place can. For over 1,000 years, it was the magnificent imperial capital, the home of emperors and artists, poets and priests. While Tokyo rushes forward into the future with its dazzling lights and towering skyscrapers, Kyoto holds onto its past with a quiet, graceful dignity. This is where you come to truly understand the soul of this incredible country. It is a place where every corner seems to tell a story, every stone seems to hold a memory, and every gentle breeze carries the scent of history and cherry blossoms. It is simply marvelous. What makes Kyoto so utterly special, you ask? It is the delicate dance between the old and the new. It is a living museum, but one that breathes and evolves. You can wander down a narrow lane and see a geisha in her exquisite kimono shuffling to an appointment, her wooden sandals making a gentle clipping sound on the pavement. Then, just around the corner, you might find a modern cafe serving the most delicious coffee. This city escaped the terrible destruction of the Second World War, so its treasures remain intact. The traditions are not just for show, they are a part of daily life. This is where you can see the real Japan, the one you have always dreamed of. Walking through Kyoto feels like stepping into a beautiful painting. The city is nestled in a basin surrounded by lush green mountains, which are often shrouded in a mystical morning mist. The Keimo River flows gently through its heart, a perfect spot for a peaceful stroll or a lovely picnic. The city's layout, based on the ancient Chinese capital of Chang'an, is a grid of streets, which makes it surprisingly easy to explore. But the real magic lies in getting lost in the Gion district's narrow alleyways, where traditional wooden machiya houses with their tiled roofs and paper screens line the streets. It is a place of profound and enduring beauty, a true feast for the senses. The city's atmosphere changes with the seasons, each one bringing its own unique charm and splendor. In spring, the city is painted in soft shades of pink and white as the cherry blossoms burst into bloom, a spectacle that is simply breathtaking. In autumn, the maple trees set the hills ablaze with fiery reds, oranges and golds, creating a scene of astonishing beauty. Even in summer, with its vibrant green foliage and the sound of cicadas. Or in winter, with a light dusting of snow on the temple roofs, Kyoto has a special kind of magic. It is a city for all seasons, always ready to welcome you with open arms and show you its wonders. It is an experience you will never, ever forget. You simply cannot talk about Kyoto without picturing its magnificent temples and shrines. There are thousands of them, each with its own story and its own unique character. Perhaps the most famous of all is Kinkakuji, the Golden Pavilion. Seeing it for the first time is a moment that will stay with you forever. It is a stunning temple, covered entirely in gold leaf, shimmering beautifully as it reflects in the calm waters of the pond below. It was originally a retirement villa for a shogun, and you can feel the sense of peace and power it holds. It is a symbol of Kyoto, a true masterpiece of design and ambition, and it is absolutely dazzling. Another place that will take your breath away is the Fushimi Inari Shrine. You may have seen pictures of it, but nothing prepares you for the real thing. It is famous for its thousands of vibrant red torii gates, which form a mesmerizing tunnel that winds its way up a sacred mountain. Walking through this corridor of color is a truly mystical experience. Each gate has been donated by a business or an individual as a prayer for good fortune. As you walk, the sunlight filters through the gates, creating a beautiful pattern of light and shadow. It feels like you are walking through a gateway to another world, a place of spirits and ancient beliefs. For a moment of quiet contemplation, there is no place better than Ryonji Temple, which is famous for its mysterious Zen rock garden. It is a simple rectangle of raked white gravel with 15 carefully placed rocks of different sizes. What is so fascinating is that from any vantage point, you can only see 14 of the rocks at once. It is said that only through attaining enlightenment can one see all 15. Sitting on the veranda and just looking at this garden is a profoundly calming and meditative experience. It encourages you to slow down, to breathe, and to simply be present in the moment. It is a powerful lesson in the beauty of simplicity. Then, there is Kiyomaizudera, a spectacular wooden temple perched on the side of a hill, offering the most glorious views over the entire city. Its massive wooden stage was built without a single nail, a true marvel of traditional Japanese carpentry. The name means pure water temple, and it comes from a waterfall on the grounds where visitors can drink from streams said to grant health, longevity, and success in studies. Walking up the bustling streets of Higashiyama to reach the temple is part of the adventure, with little shops selling pottery and sweets along the way. It is a place of pilgrimage and wonder, all rolled into one. Exploring Kyoto is not just a feast for the eyes, it is a feast for the tummy too. The city is famous for its exquisite cuisine, known as kyo-ryori. It is all about using the freshest seasonal ingredients and preparing them in a way that is both beautiful and delicious. You must try a traditional multi-course meal called kaiseki, where each small dish is a work of art. The flavors are so delicate and refined. Another local specialty is yudofu, which is soft tofu simmered in a light, flavorful broth. It sounds simple, but it is wonderfully comforting and tasty, and you cannot leave without exploring Nishiki Market, known as Kyoto's Kitchen, a bustling street filled with stalls selling everything from fresh seafood to pickled vegetables and sweet treats. One of the most wonderful things you can do in Kyoto is to experience a traditional tea ceremony. This is not just about drinking tea. It is a spiritual and artistic ritual called chanoyu, or the way of tea. It is a slow, graceful performance where every movement has a meaning, from the way the host whisks the powdered green tea, known as matcha, to the way you hold the beautiful ceramic bowl. It teaches you to appreciate the simple moments in life. The bitterness of the tea is perfectly balanced by the sweetness of the traditional wagashi sweets served alongside it. It is a deeply calming and beautiful experience that connects you to centuries of Japanese culture. And of course, there is the kimono. Seeing people dressed in these elegant garments is a common sight in Kyoto, especially in the historic districts. You can even rent one for the day, which is such a fun thing to do. There are many shops where experts will help you choose a beautiful kimono and tie the intricate obi sash. Walking through the old streets of Gion or visiting a temple while wearing a kimono makes you feel like you have truly stepped back in time. It adds a whole new layer to your experience of the city. It is a wonderful way to immerse yourself in the local culture and create some absolutely fabulous memories. Beyond the food and formal traditions, the shopping in Kyoto is a delight. You will find wonderful craft shops selling exquisite pottery, delicate fans, and beautiful woodblock prints. It is the perfect place to find a unique souvenir that truly represents the artistry of Japan. The city is also famous for its textiles, especially the silk used for kimonos. Exploring the little shops tucked away in the side streets is an adventure in itself. You never know what treasures you might find. Kyoto offers a way to take a piece of its elegance and history home with you. Not just in your bags, but in your heart as well. The best time to visit this magical city really depends on what you want to see. Spring, from late March to April, is absolutely famous for the cherry blossoms, or sakura. The city is just covered in a cloud of pink, and it is truly a sight to behold. However, this is also the busiest time of year. Autumn, from October to November, is equally stunning when the maple leaves turn brilliant shades of red and gold. The weather is cool and comfortable, perfect for walking around and exploring the temples. The summer can be quite hot and humid, while the winter is cold, but you might be rewarded with the beautiful dusting of snow. Getting around Kyoto is wonderfully easy. The city has a fantastic public transport system, including an extensive network of buses and 2 subway lines. The buses are particularly useful for reaching many of the famous temples and shrines that are scattered across the city. For a single day of sightseeing, a bus pass is a brilliant and affordable option. Another lovely way to see the city is by bicycle. Kyoto is mostly flat, and cycling along the river or through the back streets gives you a different perspective. And of course, there is nothing quite like exploring on foot, especially in areas like Gion and Higashiyama, where every step reveals a new delight. A trip to Kyoto is more than just a holiday. It is a journey that touches your soul. It is a city that teaches you to slow down and appreciate beauty in its purest form. In the design of a garden, the taste of a perfectly prepared meal, or the kindness of a stranger, it leaves you with a feeling of peace and wonder. The memories you make here are not just of places, but of feelings. The serenity of a Zen garden, the awe of seeing the golden pavilion, the joy of walking under a canopy of cherry blossoms. These moments stay with you long after you have returned home. They become a part of you. So if you are ever thinking of visiting Japan, please put Kyoto at the very top of your list. It is a city that represents the very best of the country's past and present. It is a place of incredible beauty, deep history, and enduring traditions. It will welcome you, enchant you, and perhaps even change you a little bit. It is a city that you do not just see, you experience it with all your senses. It is a traveler's dream, an unforgettable adventure, and a place that will capture your heart forever. It is, in a word, marvelous.